Hello? Oh my gosh. Was it legit muted that whole time? Oh gosh, I'm so annoyed. How do I? Hello? Why? So fucking annoying. All right, let's redo this whole thing. Oh, okay. Well, let's try this again. Good deal. You know what? Unity Hub. Okay. So let's get started with this. I downloaded this Pixel Fantasy stuff for Unity because it's actually really pretty cool. Like this thing, like if you run this, you can actually create custom characters, which is pretty cool, and you can make different changes that do different things. I guess it's the body that's giving that thing a tail, but you can change all the different things. So, in different, you know, colors and everything, and then you can build, save it as PNG, and it gives you a thing. But what I want to show you right now is this tile map engine. It's all part of this thing that I purchased, and I want to replicate this in Godot. Um, so we'll just select this tile just as an example. Let me get rid of this cover. Okay, so you can do these tile maps in Godot, which is kind of cool. But this is just kind of built into this product that I purchased for Unity. And so I want to replicate this. And so if we look at my Godot project, um, I kind of already did that here. Oops. Close this cover, go to ground, go to the ground layer here, terrains, bricks terrain, and you can see that I've copied that functionality here, right? The way I did this, by the way, is I actually um, numbered the bricks in Unity, so you can see they're numbered here still. Um, so let me just clear all these out so you can see it. And I kind of like tested, like, all right, if it's a brick by itself, oh, it's brick 21. And so in Godot, I had the same bricks, and 21's right here. So I know that in the tile map, erase this, brick 20 by itself is brick 21, right? So when the tile's set, that's kind of done with like this paint property. So you do terrain, so you have a terrain set. You select which terrain you want to work with, and then which terrain set you want to work with, and then which terrain in that set you want to work with. So 21 is right here. So it's a brick by itself. It's just one dot in the middle, right? And then in Unity, I was like, okay, so what is a brick like that? And what does it look like that? And then what does it look like that, or like that? So it tells me, okay, so it's here, what number it is. And you can see that this is a 1. That's a 1 there, and a backwards 1. A 17 there, and a backwards 17. So it also informed me on what tiles I needed to make an alternative tile for. And like, what does it look like that? And what if I did that? And what if I did that? Sort of thing. So I basically did all the different variations to get an idea of how to make it look and work the same way in Godot. And I want to show you how I did that and how to copy this to all these other bricks. So just for fun, I'm going to go back and just change this back to that. And if we go to tiles, go to ground, tile map, terrain, we can erase that. And so you can see it's the same thing, one by itself, and then what that looks like, and then what that looks like, and then what that looks like, and then what that looks like. And then there's like this probability thing where sometimes it does a little bit of like a fill in the empty bricks or the void bricks, whatever you want to call them. So go back to tile set and I can show you all that. So this brick, which I've already set up, it's called bricks A. And if you select 1, you can see that all of this stuff is default except for the physics layer. So I added a physics layer and the same physics layer for every single one of these. Right? So it's just the whole thing is the physics layer. And then under paint, you have the terrain paint. So this defines like a brick by itself only has a single dot, which means basically whatever you paint means this is the brick you'll use if there is a brick to the right, bottom right, and to the bottom. This is the brick you'll use if there's no other bricks touching it. This is the brick that you use if there's no other bricks touching any part except for the bottom. This is the brick you use if it's no other brick except for the top. So if we go here, you can kind of see that. So brick here, brick there. So 1 by itself. And then, oh, there's 1 that's touching the bottom. So it switches that brick to use that brick. And this brick says, oh, there's 1 touching me to the top. But if I go to tile set and I say, okay, great, I want to do the same thing with bricks B and brick C and bricks D and the frozen bricks. Oops. And the hummus bricks or tile set and magma and rocks and sand, right? None of these, oh my gosh, none of these are set up. If I go to tile map and terrains, I only have this one. Now I can click this and I can manually do that, which I don't want to do. And you can create things like that. Where you highlight several bricks and it just does the thing, right? I don't want that. Nobody wants that. And then you have the erase tool. What you want is you want to be able to paint the bricks for the most part. There may be some times where you have to do specific customizations that you don't want to paint. But for the most part, it's so much better if you can just paint it on there and right click to erase. All right. So I want to copy everything. Now, for bricks A, which I have already set up, if I go to ground and click on tile set, there's a terrain set that I called bricks A terrain. And I want to copy that, basically. But I'm just going to bricks B terrain and give it some bright color. Bricks C terrain. And I want to pick a color that's like not similar to the color of the thing. Because if I were to do a color, which if you do this like thing, you kind of like pick a color from anywhere in Godot, essentially. And then if I go to paint this, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to set a terrain set for brick C, and let me just select these just so saying like these are all part of the terrain set. But I say like that, I can't even see what's selected there. But if I change that to bright green, which is a completely different color, now I can see, oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm painting, right? Um, so another thing that you would do if you're setting these up by default is you need to create these alternative tiles. So let me just save this for now. Go to tile map, terrains, just refresh that by clicking somewhere off here. All right. So I have these. So that works. You see, like there's no brick that's ending. I can keep extending it, but that's just a cutoff line. Same thing with this. Oh, that one I actually set up properly because it's just one line. So that's this, where it's a brick on the bottom, a brick on the bottom and the top, and a brick only on the top. But here, there's only a brick to the right, a brick to the left and the right, but no anything. So if I go to select and I right click that, click create alternative, and I set the rendering to flip, and then go to paint, select it because I want to be part of the style set, and go there. It's this brick, but it's flipped. So now if I go here, I just erase this, I go right there, brick by itself, normal, a brick to the right, perfect. So now it's the left and the right, they're the same, they're just flipped. And I can keep extending that. And all these middle ones are the same middle brick. But if I go down, it gets real clunky because Godot doesn't really know what it's supposed to be doing because I don't have the rest of this map set up like I do with this, right? But what I don't want to do is in tile set, copy everything from here to here manually. And so there's an easy way to do this. First, this project you should have in GitHub or some sort of GitLabs or some Git repo. And you can see what's changed. Right? So if I hit Control S to save, just to make sure that Git sees everything, you can see that there are let's see. So, well, let's just scroll all the way down. Okay. Time map data changes, which we don't really care about right now. There is a bricks A terrain that was already created, and then in this demo, I showed you bricks B and bricks C. But I also added all of these brick sources, or tile set sources, I guess we should call them. So kind of this references this, which is that texture, which is just external resource is just reference to the file. But none of this stuff has any settings. So we're going to want to copy from the one that's already been set up. You can see this one does have settings. Because that was just kind of me demoing it. So this is the third, or brick C. And then brick B, I didn't do anything with. And there's no other changes here. So if we pull up VS Code, you can kind of like go to your main scene, which is what I have, Bloodbath, and right click and do open an external program. And it'll open it up. We'll just close this for now. It'll open it up in whatever editor you use. So I'm using VS Code. It's open source. It's great. I sometimes like to use word wrap. Sometimes it's annoying, but I think it'd be good in this case. And let me just close this. Don't save. All right, so you can see I have bricks train A, bricks train B, bricks train C. So back to Godot. I do want to make all of the terrains that I want. So bricks D terrain, and that's kind of like a reddish. So we want, let's just make like a bright green. Great. And this is frozen terrain. And that's like a bluish. So let's go hot pink. And then scroll down here. Hummus terrain, which is kind of like a sandy color. So let's go bluish. I like to stay on like the bright side of things. So, that looks good. Let's see what was after hummus. Magma terrain. Again, that's kind of like orangish. So let's stick towards, we don't want orange. Let's do like a purple. Can we do like a bright purple? There we go. That's a good color. And then rocks terrain, which is like a purple. So we go like an orangish. That's a good, nice and bright. And then sand terrain. And it's like a yellowish. So let's go, again, we'll go like a bright green. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to save this. And if we pull up VS Code, you'll see it automatically updated. It shows all of the changes I made. So these are all of the terrains I have for the terrain set 0. And this is important to notice. This is important to notice. You have terrain set 0, which in Godot, if we go to tile map terrains, you can see is terrain set 0. So we have this tile set, terrain set, and then the terrains associated with that terrain set. So we have back to VS Code, which there is right there. Terrain 0 is that first one I created. This is the one that's completely set up, and I want to copy all of the settings for this. Terrain 1 is not set up. Terrain 2 is one I was kind of messing with. Terrain 3. And so you're noticing that there's the name terrain and then the ID of that terrain after the underscore, right? And so this would be kind of a good place. So if you right click on this and split to the left, you can see all that. I'm actually going to take word wrap off for this just to kind of make it a little bit easier to read, because I'm going to use this right side as a reference as I make changes to the left side. All right. So if I highlight tile set atlas source BKD3B and I scroll up, you'll see all of these tile set atlas settings. These don't have any settings at all. That's what all these zeros are. So these are references to the tile. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all references to the tiles. 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, all these references to the tile. I think it's actually, I don't really know, but I think it's 0, 0 is like the coordinates. So tile 0, 0 has, I don't know what the /0 is. Tile 1, 0, tile 2, 0, tile 0, 1. So if we look at Godot again, and we go to the tile set, you can see, as I highlight this, atlas coordinate 0, 0, atlas coordinate 1, 0, atlas coordinate 2, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Pretty sure that's what that reference is. So 0, 1, 0, or 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, and there's no 0, 4. Because I don't have that in. There's 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Right? Just for your knowledge. Not a big deal. Back to VS Code. So scroll up, you see that there are some settings here, because this is the one that I was just kind of demoing kind of the basics here, which is, if I highlight this, you can see back on the right side, this is a reference to source 2. These are indexed by 0, which means the first one is 0 ID, second one is 1, second one is 2. That's perfectly normal. So again, this one is the one I was demoing with, 2, which in Godot is a reference to bricks C. And if I scroll up here, this is bricks B, but what I want is this one right here, bricks A. So again, if I scroll all the way up, you see all of these things are set. So it sets whether or not it's a flip, horizontal, the physics layer, the terrain bit that's set. So right side, bottom side, left side, top side. This, what each of those individual bits are here. So these are the little bits. That's all of these settings. In Godot, there's no easy way to copy these from one tile set to another. So you kind of have to do it in code. So again, if I highlight this ID, you see this is the one I've already set up. Right? So what I want to do is click in front of this line here, where 0, 0, next alternative tile ID equals 3. I want to scroll all the way down to the last line in this set, which is going to be 7, 3. Hold shift, click at the end of this line. So it highlights all that. Control C to copy, or you can go to edit, copy. Right click here, click new text file, and paste this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a template for basically copy and pasting this to all of the other bricks or all the other tile sets that I have so that they all have the same exact setup. So I don't have to do them manually. So to do that, it takes a little bit of search and replace and some cleverness, I will say. So there's several things you need to know. One, the terrain set. All of these have the same terrain set. They're all in terrain set 0. I have bricks A terrain, bricks B terrain, bricks C terrain, bricks D terrain, frozen terrain, humus terrain, magma terrain, rocks terrain, and sand terrain. But each terrain is different. So they're all terrain set ID 0. But the terrain for bricks A is ID 0. The terrain for bricks B is ID 1. And then ID 2 and ID 3 and ID 4 and so on. In this file, what I've learned is we want to keep terrain set 0 because they're all the same. We want to change terrain to the correct ID for the one you're managing. But you also want to change this terrain's peering bit to be the same ID as the terrain you're working with. And that's the only thing we need to change in here. But to do that, the methodology I do is I copy terrain set equals 0, Control F to find, click this little arrow to toggle the replace, and I'm going to change this to 88 and click replace. Right? This is just a temporary thing I'm doing, and you'll see why in a minute. Because what I really want to do is I want to do terrain equals 0 and replace that with terrain equals 99. But that's a little bit too simple, and I'll show you why. I want to click this dot asterisk to use regular expression, and then I'll do parentheses dot star, which means everything, any character. So I'm looking for the keyword terrain, and then any character afterwards, any characters. So the dot is any character. The asterisk is multiple. If you did plus, it would be 1. Asterisk is multiple. And then after the equals, I want to keep the space in there and do end parentheses. And you see all of those lines highlight like, okay, it found matches all up and down this, which is exactly what I want. This is the exact regular expression I want. So this is a little bit of a regular expression lesson. So because these are in parentheses, I can reference them in the replace with a $1. If you had multiple parentheses, you could do $2, $3, $4. So the first one is $1. That references this. So anything it found, I want to copy. So it's going to copy terrain space equals space, terrain's peering bit slash right side space equals space. Copy that. I want to add a space, type 99. So I'm going to replace, basically I'm just replacing the 0 with a 99 and keeping everything else the same. So if I click replace, boom, it did it. And I actually messed up because I shouldn't have an extra space there. So I'm going to Control Z to do that and do that. So I wasn't supposed to keep the space after the equals in the parentheses. It's supposed to be outside of the parentheses. Small regular expression error, my mistake. So boom, replace all. It changed everything perfectly. Now, erase that, remove the regular expression stuff. I'm going to go back and search for 88 and change that to 0. Again, this is just temporary. You could use any number really, as long as it's a number that's not going to be found anywhere else in this text file. So 88 back to 0. Okay. Now this file is ready to be used. So again, I'm going to do search and replace. So I want to search for 99 and replace with 1. I already have 0 set up. Terrain ID 0. I'm now going to use terrain ID 1. So it's searching everything in this file. 99 replacing with 1. Click in this file. Control A to select all. Control C to copy. Go back to your main file, Bloodbath, and this tile set here is source 1, which is a reference to bricks B. So I click the front of the line for the first line of those settings for each of those tiles. Scroll down, hold shift and click at the last line. Control V to paste. And I click S to save if you really want. Go back here. Now hit Control Z to undo, or go to edit and undo. We got that 99 back, and change that 1 to a 2, because 2 is a reference to brick C terrain. Scroll down. Now this is a little bit different because I had made changes to this one. Yours probably wouldn't have these, but again, you're just going to go over all of them, paste them in. So select all of that and paste it in. Go back to this temporary file, Control Z to get rid of the 2, replace the 99 with a 3, Control A, Control C, and paste. And so, oops, I'm going to do that again. Oh, see, I screwed up. I forgot to click the replace all button. All right. So again, this is tile set whatever. Five. Which is the hummus. All right. Control C. 5. Replace Control A, Control C. Click at the beginning here. 5. And then Control Z to undo. Control 6. Search and replace. Click here. Control 7. Oops. Control Z. 7. Search and replace. Control A, Control C. This should be the last one if I did it right. No, it's not the last one. I forgot there's 9. Control A, Control C. And then paste. Now, one thing you should know is GoDot does not like it if you make all those changes. It will be angry at you. See how it says the following files are new or on disk. Just if you pop this up, hit cancel there and close GoDot. Right? Go back to VS Code, Control S to save, and then click GoDot. I don't know if it would be better if you didn't change all of them at once. Oops. But if you just change one of them, if you just change one of them, maybe it's better. If you change all of them, you're definitely going to have to redo this. So let's readjust this. Now, if we click on our ground terrains, we'll go through and you see all the alternative tiles are set up properly. The tile set, terrains. All the terrains are set properly. They're all copied properly. One thing that I didn't really state is, so if I go to tile map, terrains, I just erase this. Right click to select and erase, only when you're in the terrain. See, there's also an erase button here. Sorry, I have a cat that's climbed to my lap. and got his paw stuck in my jeans. Anyways, so this inner brick part, there are two options: dark black or this like faded brick option. So in tile set, you can actually go to probability. And so if we look at the terrains, it's any brick that has a brick touching on every side for both of these. It's the same thing. So if we go to probability, you see that it's 0.8 and 0.2. That means that 80% of the time, it'll do a brick, and 20% of the time, it'll do a dark brick. 20% of the time, it'll do a brick that has like a little bit of brick showing. So this is something you can do with probability if you want to have some variation, so that's not all the same. And of course, that all copied. And so that is that for bricks and tile maps or tile sets and tile maps and copying terrains. Hope you found that useful. Sorry if it was confusing. And what I actually want to do is go to script, character body to, what is this? This is a character body 2D. And that's a camera 2D. Close these. Actually want to do a new GoDot window because I want to work on this. Actually suck at everything. So add a child node, character body 2D. And this says, this node has no shape, so it can't collide or interact with other objects. Consider adding a collision shape 2D or collision polygon 2D as a child to define its shape. I don't remember how we did that here. So I go to hero. Oh. Sprite 2D, animation player, collision shape 2D. Okay. So I'm going to call this wizard for this game. And then attach a script. Wizard. Perfect. Okay. Just trying to remember how to do this. How did is it? Oh, it's got to be its own scene, right? That's funny. I don't remember it automatically doing that last time. How do I guess I just add. Do I add? Because I didn't hear. And I did. It is its own scene. So if I go to scenes, got bloodbath. Oh, maybe I have to. Maybe I'm attaching a scene. Or how do I make it a scene? Oh, whatever. I bet I can just kind of wing it. All right. Add child node. Collision. Collision. Shape 2D. All right. Let's provide a collision shaped function. So let me just do a what is instantiate child scene? Save branch as scene? Oh, I guess so. All right. Create new folder. Great. Oh, create new scene. Create new folder. Scenes. Winter. Wizard. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Has been moved or deleted. Okay, whatever. Okay, don't really care about that. All right. Sweet. Okay. Glitch shape 2D needs a whatever. So if I look at this one, I did hero sprite 2D. I don't know if I need a sprite 2D. Child node. I guess it doesn't need to be a sprite. Sprite 2D. Just using this as a reference because I am stupid and I don't know anything yet. Sprite 2D. I don't really care about animation right now. But I will actually pull up Unity. Since I already have this asset. Package. So, fantasy heroes. Let's see, what does this look like? Dark wizard. Fire wizard. I kind of like that, but ooh, this is what I need. White wizard. Okay. So if can I open this in show and explore? Okay. White wizard. Sprite sheet, Control C, and I go to documents, and I go to oh, it occurs to me. Oh, there we go. So I actually want to do new folder, assets. No. All right. So I guess I actually will do an animation. So white wizard. I'm gonna need to change this for this because I can only use white and black. But close Unity because I don't need that. So in Godot wizard. No, I gotta remember how I did this. Sprite 2D. Oh, you know what? I probably just copied it from here. Oh yeah, actually, I did a bunch of stuff. Transform. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm remembering. I'm remembering. All right. Texture empty. So assets. White wizard. Perfect. I wish I could right click to move this around. It's kind of annoying. All right. So how do I say this is a sprite sheet? Don't care about that right now. All right, so how do I say this is a sprite sheet? Centered flip H frames. Nine vertical frames. That's really what I want to do, actually. So I'm actually going to pull this off to the side a little bit. Actually, vertical frames is set to 1. Centered. Sure, offset. Transform. Transform is 2. -8. 1, 1, 1, 1. Visibility. Ordering. Texture, material. Don't care about physics. Don't care about that. Why is vertical set to V frames 1? Oh, you know what? I also gotta change this damn project setting. Um, isn't there? What is it? Maybe it's supposed to be set to nearest. Yeah. Okay. Uh, yeah. Run textures nearest. Disabled. Okay. I don't know why. Levi's 501 blue jeans. Care about audio. Actually, I don't really care about the collision right now. Is there an offset? Offset 0, 0. Oops. Looking at the wrong thing. Offset 0, 0. Why does it say V frames? Oh, is that keyed? Frame 0. Oh, you know what? There may be a project setting that I'm missing. No, I don't think so. 1152. 648. Textures. Don't care about any of that stuff right now. I just don't know why. Animation player. Maybe this makes a difference with the animation player. Animation player. Animation. Ugh. I forgot there's all these animations. Do, do, do. Save this. Save this. I think I need to do a collision shape 2D. That's a kill zone, but I don't really care about that right now. I need to create a child node. Actually, is animated sprite 2D. Okay, so I need to create a animated. I don't really care. Call this the sun. All right. Mhm. Perfect. Save. Sun. It needs a sprite frame which was created or set. Okay, so let's just do a new file. Let's do 64 by 64. And then we'll do '64 100. Why is that not? Oh, fucking A. Pencil 64. All right. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? No, I don't want to share that. Export as PNG. Sun. Winter. Sun. It's really not, I mean, it's not really animated. Maybe I'll just change this. I mean, I guess it could be animated, whatever. I don't really know how that works. Enemy Asian. Okay, so we have animated sprite 2D. Oh, actually, that's a node, isn't it? Yeah. So child node, node 2D, sun, and then actually just delete this. Delete. Okay. Child node, animated sprite 2D. But I wanna. No. Delete. Can I delete this? Delete. Yes. And attach a script. Okay. Note 2. Perfect. Save. Ooh, what did I do? Save branch. I don't think save branch was seen. Yeah, I guess so. Sun. Okay, sun. Okay, that's fine. Enemy. Okay. Okay. Oh, why is let's do scripts. Should be in there. That should be in there. Save this. Sun. Okay. Animated 2D sprite doesn't have anything in it. I don't remember how to add anything in it. So go to this animated sprite, animation frames. Cat here. All right, so if we go here, animation, and then select an animation player node. Hmm. Sprite frame, animation, sprite frame, resource. Sprite frames. This doesn't have anything though. Oh, it does have sprite frames. Resource. Okay. I don't really know. What does it say? The sprite frame resource must be created or set in the sprite frames property in order to blah, blah, blah. Sprite frame. I'm looking at the wrong freaking thing. Sprite frame. It is sprite. Oh, animation. New sprite frame. Default animation frame. Okay, cool. All right. So save. Sure. Select an animation. Aha. Animation. Sprite frames. Default. Is that it? Okay. Wizard. This node has no shape. Why is there no sun? 2D. Oh, here's the sun. Sun needs to be bigger. Sun, sun. Do 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 do. Node has no shape. Wizard. What do you mean node has no shape? So it can't collide or interact with other objects. Consider adding collision shape 2D. Wait, what? I have a collision shape. Collision shape 2D. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? If I delete that, is okay, perfect. All right. Now, wizard, I have sun, I have winter. I guess I need camera set, and I need a collision shape for this. Because if I start this, what is? All right, whatever. Collision shape, floor, just for now. Okay, can't do that. Static body 2D. Collision shape 2D. Shape. World boundary. Okay. All right. If I play this, don't know what the hell just happened there. All right. Well, that worked. I gotta change this camera. Oh man. What is this? Couldn't save scene. Likely dependencies, instances, or inheritance couldn't be satisfied. Da, 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 da. Visibility, visibility. Texture, material. How do I set the dang center of primary screen? Center of primary screen. Fractional landscape enabled. Run. Boot splash. Rendering. $68. 980. Okay, everybody that. Okay, everybody that. 114. Where is? I mean, I guess the camera zoom is what I want. So if I do camera, I'm going to do 4 and 4. And offset. Okay, so if I move this down to here, and I move the sun to here, and I might move my wizard to here. Couldn't, where's the, couldn't save scene. Like that when it says instance or inheritance couldn't be satisfied. Scene's wizard, scene's sun. See what happens. Yellow. All right, whatever. Play. This is actually quite nice. All right. Now, I think, isn't there like a path? Path follow 2D. Only works when you set path 2D, path follow 2D. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I don't know what that means. Curve 2D. How do I do this? How do I add a path? I don't want it to load. I don't want it to rotate. What is this? Path follow. All right, how do I view the damn documentation? This node takes parent path 2D, returns the coordinates of a point within a given vortex. It is used for making other nodes follow a path without coding the movement pattern. For that, the nodes must be. Can't have bubbles moving along the curve D. Okay. Yeah. Curve. 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 Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, bake interval. I don't know. 5 points. Add an element. Here we go. Add position. No. wrong way. I love you. All right, does this just work out of the box, or did I screw it up? I feel like it's going the wrong way. Nothing to undo. Okay, fine. All right, so this is the path. Um, Clear. No. New curve. All right, I got some funky. Let's just see what happened here. I screwed up something. Okay. Oops. See? Oh my gosh. Oh. Let's just delete this whole thing. Not gonna let me, huh? What is happening? Oh. It really does not like me messing with this path, huh? Delete. Delete. Clear. Delete. It does not like whatever the heck that's going on here. I mean, this works. It's not really doing anything. It's not animated on that, but I can't delete it. Delete the whole sun. Oh my gosh. Is everything okay here? Yeah. Sun. Okay. Good. All right. Good. So, um, okay. Let's open up that. I guess no. I don't want it to be the scene. All right, so add a child node. Path 2D. I should look it up. Godot. Um, ooh, interesting. I wonder. Animated sprite. 2D. Godot. Follow path. Path follow 2D. This dude as an example.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another GoDot tutorial. In
Yeah, that's what I
scene,
want.
it's going to be a 2D scene, save it. And this scene is going to be, after that I'm going to add a new scene, and this scene is going to be a path 2D node, and underneath this node we need to add a path follow 2D node, and underneath this node I'm going to add a sprite.
That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. So, oh, 2D scene, sun, path. All right. Path 2D, follow path 2D, sprite 2D, and then the texture for that sprite is that. Okay. So we'll save the scene as sun path. Perfect. Okay, nice. So we'll erase that and we'll do sun path here. Yes. Okay. And we'll start that there. Perfect. Okay. And let's see, what else does this guy say?
It can be the character, the enemy, or whatever you want to add. So in the plan, then start adding points like this.
Did I have to do something here?
The path to D node, here we have add point.
Ah, okay. Perfect. So we'll go here, 2D path, add point. So boop, 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 boop. Okay.
And the character, I'm going to just use this icon path follow to D. Now what we need is, and in this script I'm going to add a variable which is going to be the speed. So var speed equal to 0.2, for example. And after that I'm going to start creating a function called loop movement that will have a parameter, delta parameter, and in this function I want to function equal to the speed. So var
Well, first off, we want this under scripts. Okay. Great. I don't want this to loop. I don't want this. Maybe I do want it to rotate. And then winter, save. Don't care about that right now. Sun path is empty. But if I go to 2D, okay. So we want that there. And we definitely want to edit this path. Hmm. Sun path. So if I go here, oops. Is there a way so I can like see my crap? Okay, doesn't work.
Speed equal to 0.2, for example. And after that, I'm going to start creating a function called loop movement that will have a parameter, delta parameter. And in this function, I want to call the progress ratio. You can find it as a parameter of the path follow 2D node. And the progress ratio is going to have plus equal delta times speed. Now in the process function, all we need to do is to call the loop movement. Of course, it's going to have a delta as a parameter. Now we can run the game. I'm going to select the main scene. Okay, it's empty because we need to save first this node and go back to the main scene and add the path2D node as a child, like this. Now when we run the game again, you can see that our sprite is moving along the path that we have created.
Okay. So what I want to do actually is maybe actually delete this. Yeah, and delete this. Don't save. All right. Well, I guess I can delete from scripts. Delete this. I know what to do now. I know what to do now. Go to winter. Okay. I want to delete this. Okay. So we have the sun. All right. So path 2D. So sun path, and then we do path follow, and then sun. Sun is a child of path. Okay, perfect. So, okay, and then save. I wonder if that needs to be a sprite. Okay, let's just delete this. Sun. Delete. Sprite. 2D. And then fine. Sun. Boom. Boom. Okay. Path is doom. Oh. Boom. And what the frick? Delete that. All right, let's try this. All right, path 2D child node 2D child node. Animated sprite 2D. Sprite frames. Whoops. New sprite frames. Does that not work? Yeah, fine. Just not. Let's get carried away here. Sprite 2D. Right there. Boom. Save. Okay, so create points. Why? Sun path. Sun path follow. Sun path follow. Fine. No, I don't want that to be in this fucking scripts. I want that to be, I mean, in the scenes. Sun path follow. Var speed equals 0.05 and process and follow path delta func follow path delta and pass. Be safe. So what is the, I don't want it to loop. Progress ratio. Progress ratio plus equals delta times speed. I think that's what he did. Yep. Okay. So go. Save winter. 2D. Let's see what happens here. Nice. Oh my gosh, it's 1 a.m. All right. Now let's change this path bit because we actually want to. Can I wish I could make this actually curved a bit more. Do 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 One, two, one, two, three, four. Let's see what that does. I don't want. Okay, okay. Do not rotate. Oh my gosh. Is there no way to turn off rotate? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, transform. Do I have to freaking rotate? Oh man. Oh, path rotates. Hmm. I mean, it is a curve. Bake interval. Hold control to round to integers. Points. Resources. Mirror handle length. GoDot really does not like this. This is actually exactly what I want, but I need to delete these points. Okay. Okay. Delete these points. Boom, 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 boom. All right. No. this. All right. Yeah. That is awesome. All right. So I don't really want to save that as its own scene. Do, 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 do. Oh my gosh. Bro. Safe. That's annoying. I mean, really. Yeah, it's not enough. I need to lower it. I just need to slow it down too. So that, lower that, save. good enough for now.